A pleasant, good night to all our viewers here on the platform. I just want to greet everyone. Hope that you had yourselves a beautiful journée Creole. I hope you did not overdo it. Aye, aye, aye. How was your day, folks? Here's wishing you and your family a beautiful night. Please share as you join the platform. I can see our YouTube viewers coming in nicely. Please share the platform. We are a few minutes early. We have a lot of work to do tonight. And so I am encouraging you folks to share the platform as much as you can. As you can see, I have no jacket. I have no tie. Tonight we're getting down to business. We have a number of developments that we are following, and we also have the protest that is scheduled for tomorrow there in St. Lucia, and also we have Mr. Gustin, who died in state custody. She is a U.S. citizen, and we are following that breaking development also. We are going to stay in St. Lucia a little more. There's a lot of work that needs to be done there. And so, again, I want to greet everybody. How was your week? How was your Juno Creole? Your weekend, sorry. Not your week. Did I say week? Aye. There's so much going on that you can't keep up. You cannot keep up. All right, so please share. Take the opportunity to share if you have not liked and follow the platform. This is a good time to do it now. And to our YouTube viewers, those who have not yet subscribed, it is growing nicely, but I would like everybody to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Very important, and you will see why at some point in the future. Our YouTube channel is our backup channel just in case we have issues on our Facebook platform. We will be able to go live. We are live over there and can continue that stream over there. It's reliable for us. The quality is out of this world. It is in HD quality, just like the Facebook feed. And we continue to enhance and the technology. You know, we continue to update and to, do what we have to do to maintain a quality stream and to get you the information that you will not find in the regular media houses. But I just want you to share, folks. Share, let the folks know that we're on. Many of them are still on the news platforms, and so they will come. They will come over soon. All right, they're going to come over soon. I don't believe that there is much happening outside of Caribbean American news. I'm not sure of any other broadcast that would be on tonight. But share, folks, share. Yes, let's get the numbers up so that we can start the program tonight. And as we stated earlier in the news, we are going to be looking at Miss Augustine, and also we will look at the protest march rally that is scheduled for tomorrow. We believe that you will be able to get information as they are made available to me here on the platform. And remember, the number to call is 929-586-1821. That number is always open and it is always ready for calls. All right, so you can call at any time you please. Again, number is 929-586-1821. How was your Creole, folks? What did you do? Did you go to Castries? How was the Castries Creole? How was it? Was there a lot of movement in St. Lucia? Tell me about it. I would love to know. But let's get into our news segment. Let's get into these major developments. And let's start not with the protests. We got to wait for the folks to come in after the news. So we're going to go right into Mr. Augustine story, and let me just get her. Many of you might not know her, but let's get a clip on the screen. Please bear with me. We're going to get a clip on our television behind me. Yes, I believe we are getting it now. In the meantime, please share. All right, here we go. So we are going to go to our screen, and we are going to get an upload of that picture to you. Let me see where it is going to be. Yes, this is Miss Augustine, and she is a U.S. citizen, born in St. Lucia, but she is a U.S. citizen. She was held in police custody, was sent to the Bodley Correctional Facility, and even before that, she was kept for 9 days based on reports from the family. 9 days at the Labrie Police Station, where she was not eating anything, no water, no food for the 9 days. Then she was transferred to the Bodley Correctional Facility in Dennery, where the news, there's some shift in the news. It is the story is now that she was transported to the Dennery Hospital, where she was reported dead to the family. The government of St. Lucia issued a statement on their official platform. I had the statement earlier, but I will get that statement to you at the appropriate time. And many of you would be wondering, why would the government be issuing an official statement like that? But again, I remind you that she is a U.S. citizen, and this U.S. citizen was in the St. Lucian government's custody, and so she died in their hands. And so your government, of course, will have to issue statements and satisfy the United States government on the developments here with their citizen. Now, I will say to you that the United States is not St. Lucia. It is not Grenada. It is the United States. And one thing I can tell you is that the United States look out for their citizens, look out for their people, whether you were born there or not. And so I want you to watch the space, because the government will have to deal with the United States government on this case. Now, as we said, she was kept in police custody for 9 days at a precinct, a local police station there in Labrie, and then was transported to the Bodley Correctional Facility, where she died. Now, I want to give you an idea of who this lady is. She is a resident of Florida. Her father died some time ago. She went down to St. Lucia to bury her dad. In the process, there were disputes with her father's property, where you have some family members claiming that they have rights to the property and not this young woman, 40 years old, who is his daughter, not his daughter-in-law, but his daughter. So their families who are claiming that they have rights to the property, and Miss Augustine have no rights, and therefore the police was called on many occasions to settle disputes at her father's house. I'm going to make a statement to the St. Lucian public very soon, but we are going to go into some of the problems that this woman was having. I'm going to keep my face here, and I'm going to put the videos up. So let's go to one dispute that, you know what, I'll just take you to I'll take you to the frame so that you can see what is going on here. All right, there are a number of them we'll be playing tonight. So let's have a look at this first situation. Now that is the police showing up. She's on her father's property. That's Miss Augustine in red. You have 4 police officers.
You tell them coming there?
Yeah, I come here twice and I try to come here.
Why?
Because
only hear one side.
no, because
You only hear one
we
side.
spoke to everybody.
My daughter, it's my father's house.
We spoke to everybody. The last time I was there, I spoke to everybody.
But exactly, you remember when you guys came here, right? You tell me it was me,
asking
Auntie
you to-
Mavis, and Auntie Lorna
So
supposed
is she?
to be in
So
the
is
house.
she?
No, she's not for him.
No, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
Number Eugene.
Okay, Miss Lorna, what's the issue that is now?
Let me tell you the issue. It's not anything, officer. Officer, the free officer. Mavis in her room.
That's me.
No. That is her friend. That's coming.
So it's Mavis. Hello, we didn't come at all.
Let me go outside.
Where is Mavis? Where is Mavis?
Mavis is inside. Listen, I'm talking to you.
Right, so that's one of the videos. Now, please stick with me. We're going to go through, and I'm going to stick on this. I'm going to stick on this incident. I'm not going to give up on this because there is something that I want to explain to you, people of the society. So let's go to another clip. Now that is the police being called to settle dispute on Miss Augustine's father's property. Remember, he's deceased. She is the lawful child of her father. So let's go now to another clip. Here is an individual letting her in and out of her own father's house. Please bear with me. All right, so there you have it, folks. Please bear with me. We're coming. We have a lot of receipts here. Let's go on the inside of the home.
Talk about police corruption. Let me go.
Now, this is Miss Augustine speaking. Now, hold a minute. Now, there is the main house, and you have a shop, a business that her father left behind, and also a vehicle. All right, so please stay with me. So now we have the police showing up. Now, remember, the police showed up at the house. Now the police shows up at her deceased father's shop. All right, let's follow the clip.
You'll have to stop her.
This police officer right here on the left, he's the one that pushed me out of the way in my own father's house. So I'm gonna, although this is my father's property, I will stay next to the road. You see, I put the signs on the door, right? She took it off, she ripped it off. So I knew she would do that. I knew she would take the signs down, but it's okay.
Please share the live.
Today I won't be doing much talking right now. You know, I just want you to see police corruption one-on-one, live and direct. That's why I went on Facebook Live and asked you guys to tag Philip J. Pierre for me, please, because this is a very important issue. I have all my receipts. I have all my videos. This is not the first time Jean-Claude entered my father's house and tried to threaten me. I have him on camera. I will upload all the videos. I have all the videos on Facebook. I will post all the receipts. Trust me. Wickedness must stop. And the laws of the land will not make the laws of my God null and void. They will respect the Holy One of Israel, and they will execute justice and judgment. So I'm going to let them continue talking to her, and afterwards I'm going to make my report. That's a lie, don't worry.
Stick with us, folks. Just pay attention.
Be the Lord, God of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. Praise ye the Lord. Amen. Praise ye the Lord Most High. Blessed be the Lord, God of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting.
Folks, we're going to stay on this video. I want you to pay much attention. Don't blink. Please share this as much as you can. It's very important that we share and that we get this information out there. Very, very important. All right. In the video, you see another relative and a gentleman communicating with the police, and the daughter of the deceased, the owner of the property, she sings and she's recording what is happening here. Now, this is the young lady, Miss Augustine, 40 years old, who died in police custody sometime last week. She is a citizen of the United States, and I believe that the United States will get involved because of the death, or the nature of the death of this American citizen. Let's go back to the clip.
The rain is falling. I don't want my iPad to get wet, so let me just use this sign, which is, see right here? Fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him who created the heavens, the earth, the fountains of waters, the seas, and all that is in their midst. For the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and might. It is the instruction of wisdom. Just men rule in the fear of the Lord.
In the fear of the Lord, men depart from evil, and holiness is perfected. I say, fear God and give glory to his name, for the hour of his judgment is come. I am here to possess my possession and to rightfully take back everything that the wicked ones have taken away from me. You have reaped where you did not sow long enough, wicked woman, wicked maidservant of my father's house. Be thou bound with chains and darkness and cast out to be burnt with fire. No wicked shall prevail over the daughter of Zion. The Lord shall be glorified in all the earth. I say, fear God and give glory to his name, for the hour of his judgment is come. They say I am the one who troubleth them, but it is they that trouble me. So that's why I said, tag Philippe J. tag the police system, because guess what? The daughter of Zion is on a mission to glorify God and none other. She shall speak not of herself, and wickedness and corruption shall be exposed. This is private property. This is the estate of the late Clement J. Baptist. This property is under possession. Rightfully taking back what rightfully belongs to me. Follow the laws of the land. I have every right to contest my father's last will and testament. Get the will probated. You have no right. You are trespassing. You need to leave. You are not welcome here. You are not a peaceful woman. It is written that we should follow peace and holiness with all men, for without which none shall see the Lord. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. I am a peaceful woman. It is you who trouble me.
That is Miss Baptiste. Sorry, Miss Augustine, sorry. Her father is Baptiste, and he was buried some time ago there in St. Lucia. We're going to keep following. Just bear with me. We'll take the next maybe 20 minutes to deal with this issue. We have a number of clips. Now I'm going to forward this clip. Now you see the police, Miss Augustine. She is in the rain, and the police, they are under the shed with all the other persons there. And just bear with us. Bear with me, please. So the clip goes on and on. I'm trying to fast forward it, and I'm going to get it over to you again. Let's go closer to the police exiting the scene.
Has no right. Police officers, I called you guys. You guys said you had no vehicle. Jacques-Claude assaulted me. Mark, you are the police officer. I'm talking to you. Are you walking away? Okay, so you see, even as you try to look for justice, right? And you try to seek the justice system, they will walk away. This is police corruption 101. Imagine something happened and you're trying to call 911, and this is what happened. They come and do absolutely nothing. They come and do absolutely nothing. This is the daughter of Zion have to continually go through. Let me just take the plate number here. Imagine I called them because they assaulted me. They physically assaulted me. And then they're going over there, trying to talk to them, and nobody's listening. Okay. Lana Eugene, this is again, you need to leave my father's property. You are not welcome here. Only a probated will give you access to this property. All right, now I am walking away. I am walking away. You see, when you seek the justice system of this land and they do absolutely nothing, then what must be done? Must be done.
Folks, did you see what just happened there? Now, Miss Augustine called the police. The police spend most of their time speaking to the person who Miss Augustine is claiming trespassing on her father's property. The police spend all their time speaking to this person. You saw in the clip where Miss Augustine, the deceased, approaching the police and asking for help. The police said nothing to her. They ignored her and they walked away from her. Folks, did you see that? Let me know if I am blind or I am not seeing or understanding what is happening here. Now, I have been following this. Now, let me say something to you. I've been following this story for a very long time, from the beginning of the story, because I would get the notifications and I would actually go in on Facebook and look when she have her live with the, I just wanted to follow the story because it became a legal matter. It became a matter of, a matter that was, again, in the hands of the legal system. And sadly, you know, the police showed up a lot of times. It means that somebody was able to get the police there, even beyond the times that Miss Baptiste had to, Miss Augustine had to call, Cecilia Augustine had to call in order to get persons off of her father's property. Now, please stick with me, all right? Stick with me. We're going somewhere. So let's go to another clip. Now, I have reached out to the families of Miss Baptiste, and I am still waiting for communication from them so that I can go a little deeper with you. I do not want to go deeper without the permission of the family, all right? But I am going to stay on this case, very important case, and there are other families in St. Lucia who go through the same story over and over and over again. But the police were called, and you saw where they would not take in her on, all right? Now remember, Miss Cecilia Augustine, she is dead. She is 40 years old. She's a U.S. citizen, has her children, I believe 3 young kids, and a husband who is bereaved at this time. So let's go on the inside. A gentleman on the inside, it appears 2 individuals on the inside of her father's home. This is not the shop now, but this is the home. Stick with me, folks.
You to leave this house because you have proven to be my enemy. I am not at peace with you here. I am not comfortable. You've said a few words to me during that night of the cockfight, and because of that, I do not want you in this house. I do not come to your house. Oh, you forgot what you said, but I did not forget. I do not come to your house. I do not come to your house and tell you how to run your house. And if Auntie Lorna is going to continue bringing people who hates me in my own father's house, she needs to stop it. I was at peace. She has a will, but I am his child. His blood runs through my vein. I am a lawful child. My father is still legally married to my mother. And you are not the one who's going to dictate whatever relationship I had with my father. You have no right. You will not come to my own house and tell me to go to my room. You cannot do that. Who are you? You people need to learn how to stay in your house and rule your own house. My dear, you do not have any right in my father's house. You cannot come to my father's house raising your voice at me. I have never lied to Auntie Lorna. If anybody have said a lie, it's she.
Your father gave him everything, and your father told me that he gave her the all right for everything that he established here.
But do you know
because
that
she was the one that looked after him when he needed her.
Who's contesting that?
When he was sick, she was the one that took it hard for her. She was the one that went up and down.
I'm telling you, I'm not comfortable with you in here.
Where were you? And I was there supporting him all the time. And he can tell you that. It was a life.
Jean-Claude, I don't want you here.
I've never heard your father.
And
say
if
that.
Auntie Lorna is going to
And
continue
you
to
are
bring
like
people
an enemy to your
here
father. So don't tell me that.
that will insult me in my own father's house,
You have been like an enemy, and your father have never been talking anything good about you.
Okay.
The only person, your only sibling your father have been talking good is Topi, your sister.
well, that's
So don't-
fine. At
don't
the
tell
end
me
of the
anything
day,
about him.
I serve a living God who
Well,
will
that's
judge,
you. But don't
who
tell me
will
I'm
judge
not-
righteously.
I'm not supposed to be here because I've been like a son to your father.
Like I said, oh, so you the son, and now I'm the devil.
I'm not telling you
I'm the
that-
stranger.
I'm not gonna tell you
I'm the
that. You know when
stranger.
you're talking.
Who the hell are you to tell me I don't have a right in my father's house?
Why you got the person talking?
You need to stay out of this house.
Why are you talking about hell for?
Auntie Lorna, I'm asking you for the last time to make this man leave my house. Okay.
Yeah. And you're gonna bring it to your lawyer. Yeah, right.
Drinking warm water before bed erases years of damage to teeth and gums. People are reversing decay and repairing damaged gums every night as they sleep, by adding one unusual ingredient to a
Okay, let's not go to that ad. Folks, it's beyond me. It's beyond words. This woman cried out for help. Now, let's get her picture back on the screen. This is the person, Miss Cecilia Augustine, who died in the hands of the state. I didn't say that they killed her, but she was arrested, and therefore she at the time of her death, she was in custody there in St. Lucia, and again, she is a U.S. citizen. Let me just say something on this matter, and then we will move on. Folks, and I want you to bear with me here. Now, you would have heard Miss Augustine speaking to a gentleman yet to be identified, and a woman who she refers to as Auntie, which means that Auntie is her father's sister. Now, you would have heard the gentleman saying that I took care of your father, I helped to take care of your father. And you heard Auntie also helped to take care of Miss Augustine's father. I just want to add my 2 cents to this. Why would Auntie and this man be fighting the man's lawful children for property that is not theirs? Now, it is my understanding that the property is not on family land. 1, none of the properties are on family land. There is a vehicle that was removed from the premises by a gentleman. And all these clips, I have them, and I will bring them up ever so often so that we can, in chronological order, we can understand what is happening here. All right? Stick with me. So, here is Auntie and a gentleman wanted to take possession of the shop, the vehicle, and the house. Now, we're not even talking about his finance. All right? Now, Miss Augustine, in her possession, she has clips of her father instructing her. All right? Instructing her before his death. So, this is something that is not new to the society. And in my humble opinion, if I was Auntie, it was your duty to take care of your brother. He's your blood brother. Without the expectation of anything. His house, his car, his land, his money. He has more than one children. He has kids, adults. And I think that it might be a little out of place for a auntie or a uncle or a cousin, knowing that the deceased has children alive, fights for his possession. Now, this is a simple situation here that could have been rectified with, look, I helped your father, who is my brother, and, could you give me the television or allow me to use the shop? Can I stay here? I know you're his child and, you're the rightful owner of his assets, his properties. But, that type of family understanding, but instead you had the police coming in, and not only coming in, the police appears in the video to ignore basically the rightful owner, according to her, of her father's property. Now, I don't know if you understand how painful this is, that the same police precinct was called, came, arrested Miss Augustine. Now, remember that they're accustomed to her. They understand what is going on there with the father, the dispute. That, by the way, it's in the court. She had to get a lawyer. The lawyer had to put a cease and desist on those individuals, and they had to leave her property. It was in the court. Miss Augustine paid thousands of dollars in the courts. I believe she said either 40 or 50,000. And so based on the documents that I saw, Miss Augustine lawyer wrote the other people's lawyer, the other family members, and said to them, the document that you are flaunting around, it is not a legal document, and therefore you need to cease. Stop. Before that, the lawyer asked them to submit the documents that you have, claiming that it is your property. Submit the documents. Now, I am repeating based on what Miss Augustine said. All right? These are not my words. And we will show you all these clips of Miss Augustine showing you court documents, together with voice notes from her father. Now she is dead. She's dead. And if it's the truth that she spent 9 days in the Labrie police station, then there are more questions that need answering. What was the purpose of Miss Augustine spending 9 days at a local police precinct? And that's the question we ask. And two, did Miss Augustine die at the Dennery Hospital, or was it at the Bodley Correctional Facility? I heard news that she died. They found her in a single cell on her back, dead at the institution. Now we have an official report from the government indicating that Miss Augustine died at the Dennery Hospital. So the question is, which one is the truth? And the first question again is, why 9 days and then transported to a maximum security prison in St. Lucia? watch this space. We're going to stick on this story. And we're going to see it through the end. But on behalf of Caribbean American News Network, we sympathize with the family of Miss Augustine, her children, her husband, her mother, and all the other families. My condolences to you. And may God continue to comfort you in your time of bereavement. And people of St. Lucia, again, you've got to demand these, you need to demand answers. Because tomorrow it could be you. Tomorrow it could be your family, your cousin, your brother. And when the people remain silent, these injustices go by as accepted and normal in the society. This, my friend, it is not normal. It is not normal. And therefore, we demand answers on behalf of this family. This is going to be my headlines until we get the answers that are needed. And my God, again, family members, have some heart. If you did not work for the property, leave it alone. The man has children. Therefore, if he has children, auntie or cousin cannot be the heir unless there's a written legal document that is registered in the court of St. Lucia. Unless there is a will that was signed and entered into the state. Outside of that, if the relative has children, the children must have first priority in the asset. And not only you want to fight for the shop and the car, you want to fight for everything, the house, the car, and the shop. Everything. And their children, and there are more. Miss Augustine is not the only child. Folks, I hope you appreciate what I'm saying here tonight. And this has gone on for too long in the society. Lawlessness, heartlessness. The woman is in her father's house. A gentleman is disconnecting stuff and speaking a certain way to this woman who is grieving the loss of her father in her father's house. And auntie sits there. And I don't think I am judging this situation. I really don't. I think this is a one-on-one is two situation. You sit together as family and you iron things out. You iron things out. You discuss because the man is not even decayed as yet. And it seems like some of us just pray for some people to die, especially when they have assets, so that we can fight and we can pull there and we can pull here just to secure the assets. If his children they're overseas, they're in the United States, you, the sister, the cousin, you're living close to him, your responsibility is to look out for him if he's sick and to care for him. But you're caring for him with the idea that what he has is yours. How is that possible? How is that possible? How is it possible that the police are called and the police, they're ignoring this woman? How is that possible? That the same gentleman and the woman goes into the house and she's pleading and begging, leave my father's property. That woman should have been comfortable in her father's house. That woman should have been able to stay in her father's house. That woman should have been able to go in her father's shop and to drive her father's car because it is her father. And you, the sister, has no right. You, cousin or boyfriend or whoever you are, have no right to disrespect this woman in her own father's house. And you, the police, you are out of order. And you have not exercised judgment and wisdom in such a matter. No, you didn't. And I have no excuse and apologies tonight. Because you did not. You showed up over and over and over and over again at that woman's house. Over and over. And there she's pleading and she's begging you. And what you do? You close your door and you ignore her. I want to know who you are. Are you related to the other families? Who are you? Lead officer. I'm asking questions. Are you related to the other family members? Question. And I await those answers promptly. This should not happen. And St. Lucians, you should not stand by and allow this to happen in your society. And by the way, this has nothing to do with the government. I believe it is time for police to use wisdom in de-escalating these matters. When Miss Augustine called you as a police and you turn your back on her, where else can she go for help? Tell me. Tell me. The woman told you, the police, that she is the owner, she's the daughter of the deceased. You spend all your time with the aunt and the gentleman. And then you allow the aunt and the gentleman to open the shop and you left. So my question again, are you officers related? Any one of you? I await answers. And I believe that there should be a fine-comb investigation against the responding officers. All officers who have responded to this situation with the Augustine family. And answers need to be had. You hear me? This could have been avoided. All the families, all auntie and others needed to do was to stay away from the woman's father's property. And let's say you had a piece of paper stating that he gave it to you. Stay away from the people's property. It is not yours. Whether you took care of your brother or not, you have no right to his property. His children have every right. They have every right. Why would you waste your time fighting and trying to... And as I said earlier, the problem is you're not taking the car, alone. You want everything. Tut bagay. Oh my God. Where is our heart? Then you bring a gentleman in the woman's house while she is there in her father's house that he labored for. How heartless can a people be? How heartless can we be? How selfish can we be as a society? And I pray that none of you are able to occupy any of these properties, and that these properties will be too hot for any one of you to handle. May you have no peace if you step your foot on these properties. They are not yours. They are not yours. Leave it alone for the children. Full stop. And to those of you out there who don't have a will, you live very dangerously, my people. Word of mouth does not cut things anymore. If you are old, if you are 60, 70, 80, you have properties, you have children, my encouragement to you, it does not take much for you to get a lawyer to write a will and last will and testimony. It does not take long to do it. Put house in order. Many of you will lose when you die. Some of your children will follow you because of land dispute. Do you want that? Do you want that? Do you want your children to be going through hell? That's what you want? And that's why I say the society is not focused. We are not. And there are some Christians who say to you, you don't need life insurance. The Bible says it's bad, it's sin, and you don't need to do law. You don't need to do will. This is religious garbage. Set your house in order. If the only thing you have is a suite, listen to me, make a will for that suite. And don't allow your children to be fighting. Separate it equally. Folks, I really don't know what to say. Put your house in order, folks. And you children, encourage your parents to do it. Some of them have jabals. They have women waiting. And you know that. And some of these women have not worked. The mother of the children, the mother that the husband left, then the jabal moves in and declare everything is hers, and not even the family, the children, the man's children can come in. Those situations happen, my friends. So you men, women, put your stuff in order. You're not going to live forever. For God's sake, you're not going to live forever. Put your house legally in order. And we will get off of this matter because it is just sad. Our priorities are just messed up, and that's all I can say. Some of us don't understand life. We believe that we will live forever. I don't care how much bush you drink. You will die. We all will die. For God's sake. The other thing is, some of you leave so much debt behind. When you die, your children cannot bury you. They got to take loans. They got to have barbecues to bury you. While all you do is drink rum and party and run women. Do you not think about life? Go to Rambali and make a plan, a payment plan. While you're alive. Set your house in order for your death. Don't leave that burden on your family. Get some insurance. Do something. Do you know how difficult it is to bury someone, especially if you're poor? Do you know how hard it is? And some families are so embarrassed because they got to get a $500 coffin to bury you in, and they're so embarrassed because you did not put anything in order for death. And some people, they go out of their way to bury you in expensive casket so that they can show off and pretend like everything was good when you are broke. So let me not say much here, but Miss Augustine's family, again, our condolences. And I can promise you that I am with you guys. And I'm going to see you through this matter. If any one of you need legal advice, any one of you need any advice at all with wills, last will and testimonies, call me. If you have properties and you're trying to figure out how to distribute it to your children, call me. Don't call auntie or cousin. If auntie don't like your daughter or your son, they will advise you otherwise. And do it while you can reason. Do it while you're not suffering from Alzheimer's and all kind of brain problem. Do it now. Call my number so that I can advise you how to go ahead and split your assets and put it in a will and testimony so that as soon as you close your eye, a few weeks or months after, that it can be read with the family. So people like Miss Augustine would not have to go through this kind of war and fight for her father's property. So do it right. And I close on this note. Let's go over to, folks. Let's go over to, and again, welcome to our YouTube family. All right, that was a hard start for us, on the program tonight. Oh my God, my heart pains, the truth. My heart pains for the family. So, tomorrow is protest time. Tomorrow, there will be a protest in Castries at 8 a.m. Now, my lines are open. Again, the number is 929-586-1821. And by the way, if you want to just call, let me ensure that the lines are up. If you want to just call to speak about the situation I just spoke about, you are free to do so. Or if there's something that is affecting you, bothering you, and you would want to share it, please feel free to call the number there. Again, it is 929-586-1821. And most of you would have heard that I met our friend Mr. Anson at the Jeune Creole there at the St. Lucia House, and Mr. Anson is a happy man, and I it was good to see a lot of youth St. Lucians together. It was a pleasure seeing both the SLP and the Flambeaus, and nobody know who is who. And that's how the society really should be. All right, but let's go over to our phone lines. Let's get a test call in to ensure that it is working. All right, please bear with this as we run a set. Oops. Thank God that I did that test. Thank God I did that test. Just bear with me, folks. Our phone line was not connected, and now I believe it is. Right, I'm sorry. Good. Good. Our lines are up, and it is open. All right, so let's look at, folks, the protests in Castries tomorrow. It is a legal protest, as you know. The opposition leader have endorsed the protest, have embraced that protest, and it is now up to you, the people, to go out and let your voices be heard. Again, I believe that you people are too quiet. Now, you would have heard of the memorandum of understanding on Port Castries and Port Soufrière, and what you're hearing, you're not getting the full story. Today we heard on Newspin, Lisa called and tried to clean up or to clarify. And I just want to say that Miss Lisa is not the voice of the government of St. Lucia. No, she's not. She's the voice of the St. Lucia Labour Party. The people of St. Lucia wants to hear the entire deal from the government of St. Lucia. Period. Full stop. Not from a supporter or one who is being paid by the Labour Party as a PRO or spokesperson. This is not the St. Lucia Labour Party, St. Lucia. It is the people's St. Lucia. Are we together? So, we saw a clip. Now, the question was asked to her, why was the Free Press not invited to the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding? Why? Why was it done by the Prime Minister's office, his press people, and they decide what goes out and is distributed in the media? Is that the new strategy? Is that why we feel that there is no press in St. Lucia? Talk to me. Somebody call me. Let's talk. Is that why the people are feeling that the press is asleep or in bed? Is it because of what you guys are doing now? You're packaging the news and you are redistributing it to the society. Is that what we're doing now? And I suspect that's what is being done. Why is it we're not hearing from the Prime Minister himself explaining to the people of St. Lucia this deal? Now, let's say that it is a lease. Miss, what's her name? Is it Lisa? Joaye? She said that they're just managing the port. So it means that SLASPA, what are you going to do with SLASPA? I'm just asking questions. I don't know how it works. So my question would be, as a St. Lucian, is if you're bringing in a foreign company, a white company, based on what you guys are saying, to manage all the port of entries, basically, then what is the responsibility of SLASPA? And are you paying? I mean, what is it going to cost the people of St. Lucia for the management of the port? You said it's no longer a lease and it's not a sale. But I mean, these questions need to be answered. And again, the reason why people are speculating, it is because there is no real information out there so that the people can have the clarity that they so desire. I believe that's what you guys complained about. You were making a lot of noise throughout the years with DSH and everything else, and Cabot and Soufre and everything else. And what are we seeing? Worse. What is the situation? Tell the St. Lucian people, Mr. Prime Minister, not Mr. Hilaire. Not Mr. What's his name? I keep forgetting his name. Mr. King. This has to do with this, the patrimonies of St. Lucia. Who are these people? Are they black investors? Local investors? Foreign investors? Who are they? What's the deal? What's in it for the people of St. Lucia? What's in it for the people of St. Lucia? That's the question. Now, I know you have the low IQ folks who would say, well, we don't care. Why are you asking those questions? Is it because... And let me tell you, folks, those of you who are on the platform, you have never heard me here insult Mr. Pear. You have never, there is no news clip with me disrespecting Mr. Pear. No way. And as I said, because persons are wired a certain way, they're wired to disrespect Mr. Shastri and to disrespect the opposition leaders, then they believe when you speak and you ask questions that that is what you're doing. But lest you forget that these persons question Mr. Chastain's loyalty to St. Lucia. I must remind you that these are the same persons who called him a liar at every opportunity. Yes, and we know professionally you do not call people a liar. We don't teach our children to do it. And at least you can nice it up. You can say the truth is forthcoming. Mr. Speaker, the honorable member is misleading the House nicely and royally. But you have been running around calling him a liar, questioning his credibility. You have brought him to the dunghill of society. And persons looking in would think that this man is such a nasty, good-for-nothing brute that should be in prison. Listening to government ministers, you would believe that your opposition leader should not be in government, in opposition, in office, because he's a criminal. He stole monies from somebody. He killed somebody. He sold drugs for a living. He robbed a bank. He called 911 and said that there's a bomb at the airport or in Castries or whatever it is. You would think that he is a very nasty person, would you? And that you should not even say that you like him. And if you say that you like him as a Christian, you are corrupt and you got paid off to say that. But I have never questioned Mr. Pear's loyalty to his country, and I will never do so. I would give him the utmost respect as the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. But I'm going to ask him questions. Would you say that I should not, or other St. Lucians, to shut their mouths and take what they get? Is that what you're saying? Come on, somebody answer me. I dare one of you to call me. You have painted this man as the worst of the worst that should be in Rockers Island, deported from the earth, run out of every Christian church because he's a nasty, dirty man. But I would challenge those of you who are saying that. Have some of you confessed your nasty deeds? Some of you, yes, I'm calling you out. I'm not calling names. But wherever the cap fits, then you shall wear it respectfully, sir or ma'am. Have you confessed your last sins? Did you go to Father Albert last week to confess? You stealing You forcing yourselves on women, kicking women, spitting on them. Did you confess those sins of stealing state funds, getting handouts that you're not entitled to, getting concessions that you should not get? Have you confessed, Mr. Righteous Judge? Have you checked your closet lately? Or have you looked back at your past? I'm speaking to everybody. So who gave you the authority to speak of a decent man in the way you are doing now? Just questions I'm asking folks tonight. Who gave you the authority to decide who should be in government and who should not be in government? And by the way, if you really check a lot of government officials throughout the years, many of them should really not be in government, because if they should get a police record, they should not even be working with the government of St. Lucia. As a matter of fact, some of them would not be able to work with a security company. Now, that's the truth. Some of them can't work with a security company if they should do a background check. But they're working in government. So I will ask the new police commissioner, if she wants to do right by her country and clean up corruption, ask all government workers to present a police report. Oops. I guess that's a can of worms. And while you're at it, ask Mr. Chasney to submit his police report. I can vouch for Mr. Pear and Mr. Chasney. I know Mr. Chasney would get a good police report. And I know Mr. Pear will get a good police report. But I can't vouch for anybody else because I don't know. And I'm speaking from the Senate to the House and to just even the janitor who cleans the Prime Minister's office. Can you pass a background check? Now, I say all this to say, you try to insult Mr. Chasney as a solution, and to say that he should not speak, and you try to silence him. Now, let me go over to the Speaker of the House. Sir, what are you doing? What are you doing? I thought you were a lawman and you knew everything about the Constitution and everything else. What are you doing? What in the world are you doing, sir? Respectfully, I'm asking questions. That's all. What are you doing? People are dying in our prisons, dying at our hospitals, being kept for 9 days in jail, transported to the maximum security, did not kill anybody, and you, my sir, you are an instigator. You are pushing for Mr. Chasney to be hauled because he made two claims. That one, a gentleman has a 3-day visa or a temporary visa, and another one has an account. And that's what you're bringing this man to, wasting all government's time and resources to do. Man, you should be held accountable for every cent spent in this matter. I would have taken it out of your salary, and I'm asking the opposition party, when you get into power, investigate this matter. Investigate it and let it go public. Let's have a debate in the Senate and in the House on this matter. It is no time for you to cover up like you normally do. That's what the United Workers' Party does. They go in and they're a nice guy and they brush everything under the table and everything else. When this other party goes in, everything, they dig until they get nothing. And when they get nothing, they hide the nothing. You don't see the reports from any one of them. All the noise, Mr. Guy Joseph is a thief and everything was done crookedly. You heard Mr. What's his name? Mr. I keep forgetting his name, man. Mr. Big Guy. Yeah, corruption, everything messed up. Oh boy, people need to go to jail. But there are some of your people who did a lot to go to jail, but they did not go to jail. Did they? Some broke the law. Did they go? No. Some walked into church, disrupted the service. Were they arrested? Did the police show up? Did the police escort the gentleman to the station and kept him for 9 days? I'm just asking the questions. Folks, I am asking questions and I'm entitled to ask questions without being attacked by any hack. So my question again is, was the gentleman arrested, escorted to the station, and kept for 9 days and then transported to the bodily correctional facility? Did that happen? Yes or no? Did the gentleman who threatened to kill people for money, persons who are owing him, and threatened that the guy would die while holding a government position, was he arrested and kept for 9 days in a prison and then sent to bodily? But I'm just asking the questions. Am I not entitled to ask the questions? Come on. And listen to me. Listen to me. You see all the all the fights and divides that we have in. I got to remind some of you people who sat by in the media and enjoyed the ride every night, every day of the week. You were insulting and cussing off and protesting. You were in the streets and you sang, "Jack, don't want me to bathe on the beach." You said that the government of St. Lucia bought horses, and that was not the case. You said that there was corruption at the airport, corruption on the Grosley Highway. There was corruption on every street that was built. There was corruption in everything in St. Lucia. You were on the air, yes, I remember. But all of a sudden, myself and others cannot speak. St. Lucians cannot go in the boulevard and speak up for their rights. You people, question again before I get in trouble. Were you guys not in the boulevard on your knees, Mr. Prime Minister and Mr. Assistant Prime Minister? Were you not in the boulevard on your knees saying to take your foot off our necks during COVID? Protesting outside of the house? I mean, I'm just asking the questions. Were you not the ones walking out of the house at every session in opposition? I am just asking. Were you not the ones who tried to take away the opposition leader, Mr. Chasney's salary because he was with his father, assisting him with his medical? I am just asking the questions. Why did you not take away the salary of the ministers who walked out at every session in protest? I guess you forget. But I'm just asking the questions. Am I not entitled to ask questions? Why are you so angry that the people of St. Lucia are going to get up off of their behind and they will be in the streets tomorrow at 8 o'clock? Why are you upset? Why are you thinking that they're creating problems in your country when during the COVID, you had a protest in the streets in the middle of COVID? I'm just asking the questions. There is no COVID now, ain't it? They got the permit from the police. But no, it's a problem. Folks, I'm just trying to show you the hypocrisy. And it seems like many of these people have Alzheimer's all of a sudden. Deliberate amnesia. We did that? Same people who were celebrating and enjoying the marches and the protests, and yes, we want our land, we want our beach, Cabot Beach, Miss Audrey. Oh yes, they want to take Miss Audrey's property from her. Yes, our beaches are ours. A beach was blocked in Soufrière, and they celebrated the beach being blocked. Nobody went down on the boats of Catamaran, drinking their rum, pushing police officers. Nobody went at the trail. No. We are in power. How dare you try to do that? Are you crazy? We can't do that anymore. Everything is normal. There's nothing to see here. Now, I'm just here to refresh your memory for tomorrow. So, before you start spewing garbage in the morning, I just want to let you know that what you see happening tomorrow, what you will see happen tomorrow, is what you did. You set the precedent. You encourage us, or the people of St. Lucia, to do so. So, let them be. Let them be. Because when you were doing it, the United Workers' Party, they were at their homes. They allow you to stand in protest. They did not come in the boulevard to heckle you and to tell you, shut up, go home. Our prime minister is in power, our party is in power, you all lose. They did not do that, you see. Now, your problem is that you don't understand that there are real issues that need to be addressed in the society. You don't understand that, ain't it? You see, much power, much corruption, much power, much forgetfulness, you see. So power actually causes you to forget a lot of things, and we understand, and that's why tonight we're here to remind you that you should not be upset because this was taught in your school for the past 5 years. And guess what? Social media, you could not find one UWP commentator except for Mr. Norbert and others on social media. You dominated it, and now you want to shut people down like me and others. We got you. Do unto others as you would have them to do unto you, my friend. So don't complain. Now, you have the right to remain silent. You have no authority to judge the protest tomorrow. You have no authority to speak on the matter because you have done your fair share of protest in the land. Did you hear what I said? So I want to remind you that there were documents, important government documents that was being leaked left, right, and center. You guys signed saying that you will not do that. You folks signed and you said you would not do it. But you hypocrites, you started leaking. Calling you on the air.
Good night, good evening, Brother Garfield. How are you?
Very upset tonight, sir.
I could imagine. I mean, like you, I'm very irate. I'm very upset because what we see passing for government or governance in St. Lucia is nothing short of what I would call a disaster. Nothing is working in our country, Brother Garfield. And any right-thinking St. Lucian or St. Lucians will tell you that, would admit that. Today we find a country in total lawlessness. Today we find a country, or we live in a country that has total hopelessness. And the time has come when we have to rescue our country. And this is why I'm saying, come tomorrow, this peaceful protest, it's not about the United Workers' Party anymore. It's not about Alan Shaftney anymore. It's not about any one individual. It's about our country. And this is why tomorrow Tuesday, the meeting point at the Derek Walker Square from 8:30 a.m. We're coming out in our large numbers and we protesting peacefully to rescue our country. Brother Garfield, crime is on the rise. People are fearful for their lives. There's no hope. There's no leadership. I've been saying so for 15 months going. What is lacking in St. Lucia right now is leadership. We have a prime minister who does not seem to know where he's coming or going. We have a prime minister who happens to be the national security minister. People have been murdered. People have been robbed.
Is he in the state? Is Mr. Pears in the state? Is he here?
Sorry?
Is he in St. Lucia, Mr. Pear?
I'm not hearing you clearly.
Oh, is Mr. Pear in St. Lucia?
If he's in St. Lucia?
Yeah.
I understood he came back to the island on Saturday. He returned to the island on Saturday. That's my understanding. I could be wrong. I'm not in his camp, but I understood he's back. He should be back on island on Saturday.
Gotcha.
This past Saturday. But the reality is, we have a prime minister, Brother Garfield, who is clueless. He happens to be the national security minister. And you have not heard one single statement. Every day, every single day that God makes, we hear persons have been robbed, persons have been beaten, and there seems to be no urgency by this government, this Labour Party government, no sense of urgency in remedying or rectifying the situation. We live in a country, Brother Garfield, where people are fearful for their lives.
Talk to me.
When it's 6 o'clock, I'm of the understanding that by 6 o'clock, everybody leaving car streets and running to their house.
Wow.
Because they're fearful for being too late on the street and they could get mugged, they could get raped, or they could get murdered. This is a situation that we find ourselves in. We find ourselves in a situation in St. Lucia where our healthcare situation is deplorable. It's in a total mess, Brother Garfield. Not even the basic necessities like medication, like IV fluids that you can find even at St. Jude Hospital.
Wow.
I was sent a clip about 2 weeks ago when we had the heavy rainfall. And it was so sad to see that the nurses and the hospital workers have to be mopping water from 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to ease the pain of the patient.
Wow.
Patients have water underneath their beds.
Oh my God, that is real?
That is real. I can send you the clip. This is real life situation in St. Lucia at the St. Jude Hospital. I can send you the clip.
Oh my God.
This is what's happening. You find there's a situation where at St. Jude Hospital in particular, one nurse has to be managing at least 6 or 7 different patients at one given time. This is the reality.
Wow.
People cannot even get their medication at the hospital or file at the health centers. They have to be what we call in our local parlors rationing medication. This is the realities that we face in St. Lucia.
Wow.
So the cost of living, it's terrible. People are suffering, Brother Garfield, in St. Lucia. And you have a prime minister, all he says is he cannot do nothing. That's what Philip JPS said. When we learn St. Lucians right now, we all know that the world has its challenges. But what the world is looking for, what people are looking for, is a leader who has that leadership capacity to lead them, to ensure, to reassure them that, look here, yes, we face some challenges, but I am your leader. I am leading. I have the capacity to lead, and we're not getting that from Philip JPS. The country is in crisis, Brother Garfield, and this is why I'm saying there are a million reasons why tomorrow we all have to go out in our large numbers and protest. Join the protest. It's not a UWP thing. It's not an Alan Chastney thing. It's a St. Lucia thing. I am of the opinion, right, Brother Garfield, that this situation in St. Lucia has gone beyond personalities. It has gotten too far, and we have to rectify this by coming out in our large numbers tomorrow and protest peacefully to rescue our country from the hands of this incompetent and vindictive Labour Party government. Brother Garfield, keep up the good work as usual. I love you, my brother, and have a blessed night.
All right, brother. Love you too. You take care. Get home safe. All right. Oh, wow. There you have it, folks. You know, oh boy, what can I say? And again, I want to sympathize with the families who have lost loved ones throughout, you know, this bloodshed period on the island. You know, we continue to sympathize, you know, with the families, and we're not hearing much. You're not hearing much, you know. You're not hearing much. Caller, you're on the air. It's Caribbean American News Network.
Good evening, Pastor. How are you?
I'm good, sir. You can call me anything.
That's all right.
Yes.
I wanna indulge in something there with our people, Pastor, and I think it's very important. You know, because I think our people have been fooled too many times, and for those that haven't made up their mind to go march, you know, I will say this to them and tonight, and maybe some people will look back, some people that are old enough and remember what happened in the midst of that 1997 election, 1996, 1997 election, somewhere around there, where Kenny Anthony was the best thing that happened to St. Lucia. Right?
Yeah.
I have to say, St. Lucians were fooled by the messenger, and the messenger was none other than Pat Joseph. Now, I don't know if people are seeing there's a trend with the Labour Party. They're always using certain people as messengers, and they normally win the election. Because the past election there, the messenger was Richard Frederick. For 4.5, 5 years, he's been campaigning on his show. Now I'm saying that to say, there is that narrative that the PM keep bringing up over and over, and the PM is supposed to be how do you call him, accountant. And Pastor, it is sad that a man in such profession wouldn't understand numbers, because I don't think he does understand the numbers. The narrative that they keep bringing, that when we take these loans, that we'll be leaving our children or grandchildren in debt. That's the narrative, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, I come from St. Lucia, where I have seen many people start up good businesses.
Yeah, that's right.
And they run it for years. And then when they die, that business die with them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, got you.
There's no continuity. And this is the very same thinking that our PM has. You understand? It's like we shouldn't do the work and our children continue working on it, making it better than we could.
Right.
Because everybody have different ideas, and as time evolves, people's mind evolve. You know, look at you on a show in the US, and everyone around the world can watch you. That wasn't available back then.
No.
You know, so for a prime minister to be saying such, it tells you how far back these guys want to take us. Now, the numbers again don't make sense, and I'll go back to the numbers because I think the numbers are very important.
Yes, go ahead.
And I want to leave my everyday based on the number. Because if it don't make sense, Pastor, that means it doesn't make sense. There is no if, but, or maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and for a man to tell me that he can list, and people might be saying, oh, he's listing it, he's not selling it. Man, if you letting somebody take control of something for 40 years, how many of us may not even live to see 40 years? He's selling the thing.
Yeah.
He has no control over the thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you telling me a man is giving you, oh, no, not giving you, but using $46 million to develop something that is bringing you at least $10 million a year. Does that make sense to you, Pastor?
Well,
no, it doesn't make any sense. Right?
Well.
You have a cash cow. Would you give it to somebody else to fix and to make the money you ought to be making for the country? You giving it to somebody else?
No way.
I don't understand that.
No.
You know? And I'm saying to the people, they need to understand the numbers. Because this is not only one thing that they're giving away, you know. And we have to be honest with ourselves. They want to do the same thing with the airport, right?
Yeah, that's what I heard, that the
all
same...
these things, Pastor, have one thing in common. Both of these things that the government are giving away have one thing in common.
Mm-hmm.
They both include head taxes. They both include head taxes. The cruise ship that are coming in, people pay head taxes. Every individual on the ship pay a head tax.
Mm-hmm.
The planes coming into on your airport, everybody individually pay a head tax. Right? Are you saying that that FLASPA is so incapable of running these two, like the port and the airport? What is the problem? You know, FLASPA has been collecting money for years. What is the problem in FLASPA keep managing those things? Because we could be developing innovative centers for the young kids, because nowadays it's more into the technological world.
That's right. That's right.
So you will tell me that you love these kids so much that you will deprive them for 40 years of not receiving those monies that can go into schools, that can go into all sorts of other programs that could better their lives for that 40 years. You know, we really have to think of this thing.
Yeah, it is.
And then before I go
ahead.
Before I go, last thing is, this is, I don't know, I will not, some people say it's plague, it's this, it's that. I don't know what it is. But I think as a Caribbean nation, we have a problem when it comes to development. And it's not just building structures alone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's also as a people. It's like we always stuck in the same repetition, thinking that doing the same thing will get a different result. You understand? And it's throughout the Caribbean, not just in
You sound like Guy Joseph.
That's something that
Yes.
Sorry?
You sound like Brother Guy Joseph.
No, it's true though.
He says the same thing.
It's true.
Yeah.
And you know, if you go out, I was talking to a gentleman just last night about, and he's in Jamaica, and he was telling me, you know, he left Jamaica for 15 years. He went back in the area he's living. There's no development, nothing. Instead of the area going forward, it's going backwards.
Wow.
You know, so don't you think that when you look at those things, that we are the one, and our government are the ones that is causing a lot of the young guys to go into these criminal activities, because the idle minds, they all have nothing to do, no social program to fit them in. The now sports have gotten less. I remember growing up, there used to be lots of sporting activities that I didn't even know which to choose, whether to play soccer or whether to play football. You understand?
That's right.
But these things are now limited, you know. And you would have think from that time to now, there should be more young kids into sports and more other sports being implemented in the in the curriculum in school.
Yeah.
But it haven't happened, and I'm sorry to say, but I think we're going down a slippery slope, and I want the people to think of what I said tonight.
No problem.
To actually go to that match and stand up for that democracy.
So are you in St. Lucia, Paula?
I am not in St. Lucia.
Okay.
I wish I was there because I would be in the match.
Okay. All right. But thank you for your contribution. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for calling. Yes, folks. And let me ask you a question. Those of you who are online and you will be attending, let us know that you will be attending. I'll be monitoring the chat. Let us know. Call us and let us know. All right. But it's very important. And the reason why I am supporting things like protest demonstrations, it is because it is a tool that was given to you, the people, by your constitution. And therefore, it helps with the balance of power. It helps in keeping your government. So, in other words, you do not have to wait until an election cycle to deal with your government. There are other tools and avenues that were given to you. And I believe that there are much more. The Constitution need to be amended, that once the people are not satisfied, whether it's a year or two, that the people can say, okay, we've had it. Let's have this change now. All right? It should not be in the power of any politician to decide, whether they want to step out or step in. I think that the people, the power should be given even more to the people in the society. All right? Because you are the ones who feel the pinch. I can almost guarantee you that not many politicians on either side of the aisle will feel any recession. There is not many politicians that are so poor that they got to ask the neighbor for some rice or some flour. I can almost guarantee you that. Yes, I can. And you will not get a lot of politicians driving any old car that breaks down by the road. You can correct me if I am wrong. So therefore, the power must lie with the people in the society. Not only your votes, but a government need to hear the voice of the people when they're not satisfied. And that's why the United Workers' Party can be in danger if they label a protest as us, United Workers' Party. Because you see, what is going to happen is that it seems like you're power hungry and you miss power and you wish you were there. Although there are many persons who wish that you were there. But, the other side can say that. And you can say that for the other side when they're in opposition. So that's why if the people in the society, red, black, and blue, come together to say, we agree on this. This is not working out for us. And you know why you need your voice to be heard tomorrow? You see the port situation, the contempt that these people have for you, the people, in not giving you all the information that you need and you're speculating. That is a problem. It might seem that these guys are feeling so powerful that we don't have to talk to you guys because we won. But if the people come together and send a signal and say to you, no, sir, you can do better. You should do better by the people. Let's deal with the issues that really affects us as St. Lucians. The food prices. Don't tell me you can't do anything. You can do something. All governments can do something. Maybe you can cut back on travel. Maybe you can cut back on consultants. Maybe you can cut back on investigations. Maybe you can cut back on stalling some of the projects that are causing millions of dollars. Now think about it. And this is where I part with the Labour Party on this matter. This one especially. You came into office during one of the greatest crises that have ever hit the country. Vulnerable time. People are at the brink. What you did, you came in and you are swinging on corruption and stopping projects to investigate. Instead of continuing while you're looking at the deals, you continue so that you can keep your people employed. You can keep the money flowing because most of the projects are employing St. Lucians. St. Lucians, the workers, represent families. It represents food on the table. It represents bills being paid. So at a vulnerable time, what you should do is to put self aside and say, look, we can get at Mr. Shastney later on. We can get at this one later on, the United Workers' Party administration later on. But let's try to ensure that we protect the people, the citizens of St. Lucia. That was not done. We saw a lot of shows. One or two house go up, big show, look, promise fulfilled. We saw the appointment of special prosecutor, promise fulfilled. How is those things affecting the man who cannot pay his rent, the man that was laid off from some of the projects? How is that at a breaking point for many St. Lucians? How is that helping them? So you understand what I'm saying, people? And I'm not expecting the party hacks to agree or to understand what I'm saying, because once I'm speaking, what they are seeing is red. They're not seeing the issues, you see. And by the way, many of them who are not seeing the issues, many of them lost their jobs too. Some of them can't put proper food on their tables. Some of them are unemployed, but they are seeing red. So in other words, those persons are politically blind. They have a red banner blindfolding them. So they cannot understand the issue, even though they're catching their royal nose. You understand what I'm saying, folks? So understand me that I'm trying not to be political, but yet political in my discussion tonight, because we're talking about real families that were left behind. Real families moving to the CCJ. How is that important at this time for the local man in prison or the local man who can't feed their family? How is appointing your friends, your family, and foreigners helping the local citizen of St. Lucia? How is an increased gas price helping? Because you said to the people that you have not made your quota as yet in the budget, so therefore the price got to stay up until you reach it. In other words, you people got to go hungry until we get what we wanted to get. Don't tell me the power is not in your governments to cushion. And don't tell me that, yeah, we subsidizing flour, rice, and sugar, and bread, and gas. That has been done by every government of St. Lucia. That's not news for anybody. But what is news is that you refuse at a time when when people are at their breaking point, at a time when you need to step it up even more, you did not do it. Because if you were cushioning the impact of prices on rice and those things, it means that you needed to do it a little more. You needed to step it up a little more so that the families can have that ease, that they can get the nutrition that they need in order to avoid undernutrition and sickness in your society. So I hope you understand, people, what I'm saying here, and tell me if I'm making sense. But let me just reset my Facebook here so I can see the feeds. So tell me if I'm making sense. So for me, you have failed the people. Most of the policies are not really policies that can affect the little man that we call them. The little man who is catching his tail at 70 years old to put bread on the table. Yeah. The security guard who is making $3 or $4 an hour with an increased bus fare and the cost of food going up, how is that security guard supposed to survive? So you tell me, St. Lucians, if it was not for the grace of God, how would these families survive? You cannot survive on $4 an hour. You just can't. And some people are so blinded that they cannot see that it is the grace of God that are providing your daily needs. Because what is happening is that you are working, you are living on paycheck, and the paycheck that you're getting is still not enough because you have to borrow. You got to ask your neighbor to lend you $5 for transportation because you're getting paid by the fortnight. I don't know why they don't pay you by the week. I have never accepted any job here in the United States where I'm not getting paid by the week. I am not sure why that you got to wait a fortnight to get $4 an hour. So in the meantime, you are borrowing, you're asking for advance on your salaries. And when you get the salary after the advance, you're so disappointed because you have to pay back. And your boss will not spread it out. They will take out the whole $100 that you borrow one time. So I understand what you are feeling, my people. Yes, I do understand. I'm not having sticking my head in the sand like a fool. And I would not say like the others, oh, nothing is going on in St. Lucia. The people are doing well. Look at how Philip Chippey is doing well for the people of St. Lucia. Look, in 1 year, he did better than all the previous government. That's a lie from hell. You cannot do it in 5 years, so don't try that. That's a lie. That's a gimmick, a mirage. It's not real. So while you on social media and on television, whether it's NBC or whatever it is, and you're saying to the people, support your party no matter what. You're dying. You're hungry. Support. Don't say nothing. Don't speak bad. Speak behind the scenes. Only a hypocrite does that. Man, if your party ain't doing right, speak up. I dare some of you to speak up to see how you're treated. I dare some of you. And that's why I'm not in any party pocket. I'm in Jesus' pocket, so I'm free to speak when I want and how I want. When things are wrong in either party, you need to stand up because guess what? You will encourage until one day, when the other party gets into power, guess what? You can talk all until tomorrow finish. Ain't nothing going on. So you got to stop the hypocrisy. If you're hurting, speak up. Speak up in spite of party affiliation. I don't care what party you're supporting. If you're hurting and your government is not taking care of you, you need to speak up. This is a time, ladies and gentlemen, where governments around the world had to step in to provide aid for the people. Here in New York, do you know the amount of agencies that came into being just to help the poor man? You had rent assistance, electricity, you had food, transportation, you had delivery of boxes to the homes, laptops, phones, gloves, masks, tests. Do you know the amount of cushion that the United States had to put in place to protect its people? Don't tell me it's a big country with a lot of resources. You can do the same too. And many who understand my voice shouting, screaming, half of them, they're still on the aid. Half of them, they're still getting support while they're beating their mouth all over the place. While you suffer, they're getting help. While you suffer, they're getting food stamps. While you suffer, they can go to the supermarket and swipe their food stamp card and get enough money, enough food. And some of them can swipe and let other people give them the money. Some of them have cash because the state was giving cash also, a cash card. So they were cushioned. And for the life of me, I do not understand why they are thinking the way they're thinking. With all the help they're getting in the diaspora. And what you get is a promise. We will triple it. We will double it. Take the loans and give the money to the people. You heard it in opposition. The people don't want roads. They can't eat the roads. The people don't want roads. Give them the money. Y'all get loans, millions of dollars for COVID. Give it to the people of St. Lucia. And my question to you, the people of St. Lucia, are you getting the monies from the loans? Folks, I'm just asking questions tonight, you know. I'm just being miserable tonight. Are you getting the monies for the roads? So tomorrow when you go on the street to protest, I want you to say, please, we don't eat roads. Give us the money. Ask Mr. Speaker to encourage his government to call the House in session so that they can take a loan from the Taiwanese to give you, the people of St. Lucia, the money. Because you're hungry, you can't get Netflix. Some of you living in galvanized house, you don't even have current, but they're talking about Netflix. Some of you, you're lying down, you're seeing all of Jesus' business through the galvanized, but they're talking about Netflix. Huh? So you understand what I'm saying? The hypocrisy in the society and government. Where they say one thing, and I said to the United Workers' Party, be careful with your promises, you know. Because I will be a thorn in your flesh with your promises. Be careful if you don't promise things unless you have done the analysis. Don't fool the people. Don't tell them you would do this and you would do that. Don't do it. Do the assessment. Get your reports from government and see whether there's enough money, resources to do what you're promising them that you would do. Think about it. And I would have taken the time now as an opposition to put the manifesto together, to put my plan together and present it early to the people. Don't bring no rush plans, manifesto to the people. Think it through. Put real figures together. And they are low-hanging fruit. Put them in the manifesto. But don't come and promise anything that you can't deliver. Don't promise. I promise you, if you do that, you'll be in problems with me. Do not promise. It's time government stop. Political parties stop this promising thing. And be careful in opposition what you say. Because what you say, you will have to prove it when you get into power. So I'm advising the United Host, don't stand out and say, if it was you, you would have given $900. If it's you, you would do this and you would do that. Think about what you're saying. And if I was a politician, you know what I would do when I'm in opposition? My ear would be on the ground with the people, listening to them. I'm not listening to some of these fools that you see in ties, you know. I listen to the common man, what he's having gripe pain about is hardship. I would sit and I would listen. I would put my hand in every community. And that's where you can win. With the people. Not the rich ones, you know. The Malay ways that you call them. That's where you win. When you understand their plights. And when you can meet them where they are. In their communities. One community at a time. When families can feel the ease. They can feel that weight lifted off their shoulders. They'll be happy. When the people are happy, politicians are glad. Oh yes. You better believe it. But don't promise nothing. Don't you dare try that this time. Because we are generating a smart society. You're talking about smart classrooms. We are creating a smart society. And they'll be watching you. They'll be watching you. Every move you make. My God, they'll be watching you. So I say to the opposition, pull your pants up. put your air on the ground. And if his woman drawers you're wearing, take it off and get some brief and be a man. Go into society and walk it and listen to the people. It will do you well. You want to sit down in an air-conditioned office and believe that you know the answers to every problem in the society. Sit with some of these elderlies. Spend some time sitting with the elderlies, man. And sitting with families in their homes. And you will understand what I'm talking about. You'll be able to write in your manifesto things that make sense to the people. So don't promise. And I say to you, the ruling party, some of those promises that you made, flashing mirrors. Because you are living in very serious times financially. And if you think you can just pull money out of the sky, you're lying to yourself. So tell us, the people, is that why you're giving up the ports? And what are you going to do with SLASPA? Would SLASPA have to go with the applications and apply to the managing agency? What is the deal? Tell us the deal. We'll speculate. And when we speculate, you know how naughty we can be in our speculations, ain't it? Yes, we can say things like you sold the port. Or we can say that you leased the port. Or we can say that you have a managing company managing the port. And then we will ask you the question, will they manage our hospital next? Will they manage our police headquarters next? Will they manage our government buildings next? And we can play those games because we're speculating like you did. Yes, you did that. And you don't like that medicine because that medicine is a little bitter in the belly. But you are sharing the medicine. Yes, you are like a nurse. The nurse hates injections, but she loves to give it. She takes pleasure in hitting you with that injection in a very bad way. But when that nurse gets sick, she wants you to be very nice to her with the injection. Hey, nurse, you're in power now. And it is time for you to get an injection. Take it like a man. So I am saying to the people of St. Lucia, when you go out, listen to me. And listen to me carefully, St. Lucians. When you go out tomorrow, do not look for any trouble. Do not look for any trouble. I will expose you on this platform. Don't go out there and look for any problems. The police will protect you. The police will keep you safe. But for God's sake, respect the police officers. Don't tell me they're crooked. I know some of them crooked. But those who are there in the boulevard, they are there to secure you. Listen to their advice. If they ask you to move from one side to the other, please do it. If they say to you, don't block the pathway, because the reality is that there might be a senior person walking and slip, fall, hit the head, die. You don't want that kind of blood on your hands. So listen to the authorities. It is called a peaceful protest. Don't touch anything that is not yours. Keep your personal items secured. Don't walk with excess jewelry. Don't walk with excess things on your money and big bags like you're going to New York. Leave your Gucci bag at home. Some poor people have Gucci bag. I have S&S bag, you know. But that was just a sidebar. But leave your Gucci bag at home, or your Susie bag, whatever you call it. Whether fake or real, leave it home. You hear me? Leave your jewelry at home, your gold. You don't need all them big chain on your ears, somebody make a mistake and pull it and you hold the air wash it. You don't want that. Leave your chains and your bracelets. Don't move your wedding ring. Leave your wedding ring, because some of you smart. You move your wedding ring and Teresa and Martha take your gun. And Teresa and Martha don't care whether you're SLP or UWP. Once Martha and Ricardo want you, you capon. What time we do? Leave your wedding ring at home on your finger. So Martha and Ricardo can see that you're married. Good. So that was another light moment. But I want you, when you go out, to be aware of your surroundings. You hear me? Be aware of your surroundings. Be as calm and peaceful as you can. Have a positive outlook. You are doing something that your forefathers placed in the Constitution. You are doing something powerful. You are speaking up. You are letting your presence, you are letting you are using that constitutional right, and you are doing a great thing. So go out there being positive, feeling good of what you're doing. All right? Be friendly and polite. The Bible says a soft answer turns away wrath. So somebody curse you and they say your nose big, you're ugly, your teeth dropping out your head. Don't give them maple back. Padi your volley. You can put no moon. Huh? Padi yo sir. Padi moon jolly long. Or you let come makak. Padi moon se bagay sa. You can aggravate moon. And I know some people, you know, the more you give them is the more they can give you. Ek you pa hot. You just can do bagay you pa konet about cow. We can do sir. So when you're out there, just be nice, smile. Sometimes you just laugh at things. Laugh at things. Don't get tight and don't look at the other people as the enemy. They are not your enemy. They are St. Lucians who have different beliefs than you. So you have to respect that. Don't insult anybody. Ekpaj you as a police officers la. I know a lot of you like to issue with the police. Paj you as a police la. All right? Especially the young ones. Be nice to them. If you scream at some of them, they run. But don't do that. Leave them alone. They're there to protect you. All right? So, be nice to each other. Don't look for trouble. Don't break anything. Don't touch people's vehicles that are parked. That can cause aggravation too. Guess what? One thing I can almost guarantee you, that you will get hecklers or hacklers, whatever you call them. You're going to have persons that will be sent out, will be there just to cause discomfort on the other side. If you're on one side, they will go on the other side. Ek you kai do bagay. And I'll tell you some of the things to expect, talking points. You kai do, Chasne vole, guy vole. Chasne is a white man. No pravle Chasne. Those are the things you're going to hear. You hear me? You know Mr. Chasne is not a thief or anything. You know he's a St. Lucian, so don't even fight about that. Just be calm. Don't tell them Philip Chipe led. Tetli Sam Kalbas. Don't curse Mr. Frederick. All these people are St. Lucians, like you. Just be happy that you are involved in your country's life. And by the way, it will be history for you. Huh? Don't be afraid. I will say to you, nothing will happen to you. Pray before you leave your home. Pray before the transport leaves. You hear me? Just do that. Just do that. Don't look for trouble. I know some of you, you know. Oh my God. Some of you can't control your mouth. Some of you like cuss words. Mama. Some of you create some words that not even in the dictionary, like chokum and all kind of thing. Padi sebuna about chokum. Pa di se moun la Philip JP pa konet chokom. Pa di se bagay sa, monsieur. Pa di se bagay sa, kite se moun la. But just go out, gather together, follow the instructions, walk with your water. I know there's water that will be distributed also, but walk with your drinking water. Before you leave home, use the bathroom. Those of you with diabetes and other issues, PSADU, and those of you with weak bowels, do what you have to do. Use the bathroom at home, but make sure that you are hydrated properly. Eat something light. Don't go down there and faint. If you're not feeling well, don't force yourself. Take your medication. Diabetes, high blood pressure, take the medications. Check your pressure before you go. Don't go down there because the heat, it's going to be, it's going to be fun. You'll get all excited and nobody wants to see you tumbling, what do you call it? Ukasukwe atea. Don't do that, all right? And don't leave your children unattended. Don't leave them unattended, and do not bring your children to the match. Leave your children at home with someone responsible, someone you can trust. If you have girl children, please pay attention to them because you have some monsters out there that just wait for you to turn your back to jump on your kids. Don't be naive. If people can fight you for your father's land and property and all kind of thing, anything goes. So be very cautious. Be cautious out there tomorrow. All right? And remember, if you're feeling a little tired, go under the shade. Get out of the sun for a while. Wipe your sweat. Drink water. Fan yourself. But just, get some fresh air. Enjoy. Enjoy it. Have a beautiful time. You will enjoy it. All right? Don't be afraid, as I said, but go out in large numbers. Neighbors, take neighbor with you. See neighbor parafin, you just like I got a TV, take your neighbor with you. Y'all carpool, put gas. Gas is expensive. Y'all put gas and y'all go. But be respectful. Philip JP, they're not going to be there to listen to you all. It is the media that will take it and circulate it. All right? But don't shout at the building. The building can't hear you. It's not the building. It's the people in the building. As you a building now. All right? It's the people in the building. Don't disturb anything. Walk with your umbrella. Yeah, somebody said it on YouTube. Walk with your umbrella, rain or sun. Walk with your umbrella. A lot of people like to thief people umbrella. You all know that, right? In St. Lucia. And even in church, you see them coming to church the next week with your umbrella as if it's theirs. Now, they have no family in America, but they're walking with American umbrella as if it's theirs. Volley have volley. And they have so much hat, they're coming with it as if it's theirs. You're wrong and strong, we. So, Chebe umbrella, write your name on it. All right? Put your name on your umbrella, but walk with it and ask the driver, if he is speeding, ask the driver to slow down. Don't be afraid to say, driver, I am not comfortable. Slow down. Don't let the driver, and by the way, those of you traveling, some of you like to talk. Some of you can talk from Vieux-Fort to Castries without even taking air. Zapani full stop. You don't have to be talking all the way. You're distracting the driver. Have some prayer and reflect. Look at the scenery. Me last pale. When you get off the bus, then usa pale. But don't distract the driver, especially those who are sitting in the front. Stop showing the driver that house over there, that house up there, across. Gasa. Don't do that. You're distracting the man. What are you doing? All right, so be careful. Be careful out there. And no weapons. Don't walk with any knife. There's some old people always have a knife on them, like they're peeling dashing everywhere they go. Leave your little knives at home, old people, elderly people. Kite couton lakayou. La pani pièce dashine ou patate castri. Kite lakayou. No weapon. The only weapon you have is your placard and your voice and your bottle of water and your medication. If you have asthma, walk with your pump. Don't leave home without your pump. You hear me? Now, I look forward to many of the pictures tomorrow. I look forward to many of the live report. I would try to see if I can go live here on the platform, but I would need a correspondence there in St. Lucia. Once you have a cell phone and I will give you the minutes. I'll pay you for your minutes used on your cell phone. So just let me know, send me a message that, look, you want to take videos for us. And once you have a charged phone, then I can pick it up from you. I can get a feed from you and carry it live on the air. Because when you have protests, I'll tell you something. You must have the media, not only for reporting, but it's also for security and documentation. So anytime you have a protest, you need cameras. You need videos. You need to always have a live feed. You need to always have someone taking pictures, because somebody might come and aggravate you, and it's on the seat, it's on the camera. You can say, officer, look. You can say to the judge, look, I was standing here and the guy came across and he tried to thing. So you document through media. That's what the media is also there for. Anytime you have the president going anywhere, he has the media staff with him. It is also for surveillance. I just told you something new in the St. Lucian pub, in the St. Lucian history that many of you did not know. All right. So I would try to do my part in bringing it live. Once I can get someone to give me a live feed, then I would pick it up from, and we can have some interviews right here on the platform, but we'll do our best to try to carry it live from our studio here in the United States. All right. But go out, get your rest tonight. Go out and be nice to each other. All right. I know you're going to meet longtime friends and stuff. Enjoy yourself. Honestly, take it as a day out to act like you're going to vote. In other words, go as if you're going to vote. All right. Good exercise for you. All right. But let me tell you something. You have our support. And I don't know if anybody want to, before we leave, indicate whether they're going or not. Those of you under the live, let us know if you're going. I want to get an idea. Those of you who are going, let us know. If you're going, just say yes, 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 Y-E-S. Just type Y-E-S, yes, 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 if you're going. All right, so that at least we can get I can get an idea and I can go to bed and feel good about it. But we know that we're expecting a lot of people, and it's going to get very exciting, and let's see what's going to happen after that signal is sent. All right, somebody just sent to me and they said GVD will be there. So good. So I am happy that GVD is going to be covering that protest. So I will not take away. So I would not come live anymore knowing that GVD is going to be there. We don't want to have a lot of social. We want to have the focus on one platform. So let's look at GVD as they carry it live. I'm not sure if they're going to be live on Facebook, but let me know if it's going to be live on Facebook. If not, then I will have to carry it live for the people in the diaspora. All right. But just privately message me. Let me know if it's going to be live on Facebook so that I can accommodate those who would want to see it in the diaspora. All right. So, but let me know. Let me just reset my thing so I can see all the. Yes, look, we have somebody over there on our YouTube. Say, whoa, yes, yes, yes. Wow. Oh, yes, yes, it's looking good. Yes. Julia, yes, yes. Maria, yes. Evans. Yeah, man, looking good, looking good. Let's see. Those of you who are going, let us know. Don't be ashamed. Yes, yes, yes. Oui. Si c'est pas toi ou voulez parler, c'est oui. Oui, man, allez. Somebody said, Steven said he's in Toronto and want to see it live. So we will try to rectify that. You can always look into our platform ever so often to see if we are live. All right? If we are live with the program. But if GVD is on, then we will back off to allow them the opportunity to carry it. All right? We're not going to be doing anything. Yes. We're seeing the yes. Yes, Joseph. Yes, Joseph is saying yes. Yeah, man, y'all must call your neighbor. Don't go without them. Somebody said, Carmen, all in the diaspora, wear yellow. Remember, it's winter, you know. You got to go buy yellow coat. Somebody said on YouTube, please have it live. Yes, we will try to get a correspondence there in St. Lucia. And we will carry it live. We will pay the person for their internet use, their minutes. But once they indicate to us that they are willing to use their cell phones, then we can bring them on as reporter for us to bring it live to you on the ground. So let's keep the momentum going, folks. I really want you to get excited about it. Don't listen to people. Tonight you're going to hear a lot of crazy talk on different talk shows. Forget about them. It's now about you. As they say, they in power, they win. So you ain't win. So is your turn. All right? So yes, we outside tomorrow. Yes. Alice and George, outside tomorrow. Wear comfortable shoes. All right? Yes. Make sure that your shoes are comfortable. And if your shoe wet, put it behind the fridge to dry tonight. Make sure your shoe is comfortable. Those of you with arthritis, walk with your stick. Walk with a fold-up chair. If you have portable fold-up chairs, walk with it. But make sure that you have comfortable and wear light clothing. If you have cotton, nice light thing that you would not be expiring thing. Just so light clothing. And I'll tell you, go naked in your bra and other things. No, cover up properly. But go out and wear proper shoe. Okay? If your shoe have, back in the days when the slipper bust, you put a pin. What do you call them pin? Them pin, you put the pin in the bottom of the jarry or whatever it was, slipper or the batter shoe. And then you're gone. You're uncomfortable all day, or the shoe squeezing your foot. If the shoe squeezing your foot, go barefoot. Don't put on the shoe. The worst thing to have is an uncomfortable shoe on your foot. It's squeezing your corn. It's popping your corn. Where Juliet, tell me, not even air can pass them because you fight all morning to put the shoe on. If you're fighting all morning to put your shoe on, it will be very uncomfortable. Yeah, it's true. If you have to squeeze the shoe on, don't put it on. No water boots. Don't go in no water boots. You're not going in the country to cut bananas. So no water boots. That thing will make you sweat. All right? I'm just trying to help you out here, folks. I want you to be excited and happy about this. Because I'm excited. So buy me the PS water boots. And if you have a jarry and it messes in your corn, cut a hole in the jarry so your corn can come out. Don't pop your corn in the match. Yes, walk with plasters, bandages. Make sure that somebody has a first aid kit. All right? Walk with your little first aid kit with your aspirin and everything in it. If you're pregnant, stay in your house. Stay in your yard. Yeah. I know some of you, you don't care what happened to you. You're going out. According to the guy, you're outside. Hey, my golly. Yes, man. I'm still waiting for y'all to indicate whether you're going. We got a good set of people there saying yes, they're going. Y'all go out. If y'all not doing nothing, go out. Some of you like to hide. And you know what I'll guarantee you? You see all them people who talking big shot all over the media? They ain't going nowhere, They're hiding. They don't want people to see them. They're too prestigious to be with y'all. Go out still. And y'all tell me who y'all didn't see. Send me a list of all those you didn't see. I will call them out one by one. So after the show, after the match, send me the names of people you didn't see. People in the media, people who are in high position, who getting paid by either UWP or whoever they are. Send the names. And we'll talk about it. But I say what you also have. Yeah. Once you don't see them, tell me. Past ministers, present ministers, call me. Text me. Give me their names, first and last names, so I wouldn't mistake them. Yeah, so, yeah, your breathing stuff, medication, make sure you have it. And just be careful, folks. Don't let anybody cough in your face. That won't keep any mess. And people like to spit in front of you. Don't let anybody do that. You got caught here, everywhere. They don't care where they're spitting. No rum drinking. It's not a party. Folks, listen to me. You all need to stay sober. I know some of you can't stay sober for one day. You have to have bounty rum, udipuni, bounty ramu, ek piton. Don't drink pito. Pito is going to cause you to go to the bathroom. It's going to mess you up. It's going to dehydrate you. So don't do that. And don't eat no saltfish, no lamowi. Yeah, it's going to dehydrate you also. Pamaya shai lamowi. But eat something strong, man. Cocoa tea. Drink some cocoa tea. Or tea mason. Well, y'all, some of you just born. You don't know nothing about tea mason. Y'all know what tea mason is? Yeah, tea mason. My tea mason. If for those who don't know, is dumpling in chocolate or cocoa tea. Yeah, man. Do like the Jamaicans. Eat dashing yam first thing in the morning. And drink your bush tea, whatever you have, ginger tea, whatever. Drink it. So when you go down there, you're strong. Not a macaroni and Kentucky. Put something on your chest, man. Don't let no ants walk on your chest when you're in the protest. Uka pity. I got sati. Because my beties. And people have to be running all over the protest to hide themselves because just got pity. You ever see people they're talking and they just pitying? They just pity. Because of what they're eating, they're full of gas. So you drink your ginger tea early, so you pity at home. So now we will their match now, but pity ako. Utan Sam what I do? All right. Exosa mamati. You all know I'm not lying. In my Denry Passe. What? That's what Denry Passe? Charles, what are you talking about? Leave my Denry people alone. My Denry people are the best. I know some of you are going to get mad with me, but my Denry people are the best. So leave them alone. Why you say my Denry people? Somebody say fried breadfruit. Leftover creole food. Découché. You got create that. Découché. C'est découché qui a fait péter. C'est découché qui a fait péter. C'est jol cochon. Agouti. Manikou crab. C'est pareil ça a fait péter. Péter chai. Péter non-stop. Exactly? Yeah, man. So, y'all go out. Let me see here on the YouTube side. I have a different monitor, so I'm seeing you, my YouTube people. Safety pins, yes, the safety pin I was talking about. If it's in your shoe, you don't want to wear it. And make sure you fix your corn. Yeah, make sure that you fix it. Because you don't want to get yourself, yes, like my friend over here said, comfortable shoes. And it looked like Allison is all excited. She's outside. So yeah, folks, avoid the découché, honestly. And the worst thing for you to eat is cochon. Leftover cochon. Pama isa, honestly, Pama isa, bafesa. Because even on the bus, some of you have no manners and no control. PTA just got this and pack. And you sit down like nothing happened. You know that. Uka asiza kodi bushu long ko ha. Upa smile, u sorry. Kodi anye parfait. Mais ou qui pété? Et ou ka fait l'autre moun ou ka fait c'est ou qui fait? Ou ka parler tellement ça va just descend pack. Ek ou pa claim li, ou ka ve lot moun pa di, se ou ki fe. No, I say that because we used to do it when we were small, especially in church. So, Professor will say, the other thing is, don't forget your deodorants. Miss it bagay aba put something under your arm. All right? If you don't have deodorant, put soap, put something, but don't go over there smelling like smoke herring. All right? Put thing under your arm and spray yourself. Take a bath before you go to. Don't just jump out of your bed, jump into your yellow. Oh dear. Sorry, folks, I just trying to keep you happy, but make sure you put your nice deodorant. So by the time you're going back home, you're not smelling like agouti. You're not smelling like anything like wet fowl. Professor. Nadu, Professor. Se muna kai wo. All right? Sorry. Okay, but folks, I gotta go. But honestly, go out. I'll be praying for you guys. I'll be praying for you. And I will tell you that it will be well. It will be okay. Any violence, let it not be from your side. And if you see it, just move out of the area. And once you see sign of violence or anything, move out of the way. Don't rush in to see what's happening. Leave. Go somewhere else. Leave the scenes. All right? But I can assure you that the police will be there to give you cover and to ensure that everything goes well. All right? You have my blessings, my sympathy, and everything else. And please, again, let the drivers know that they need to slow it down. Don't rush. Castries is not running away. If you take your time, you can get there in time. All right, folks? So let me let you go because I need you to sleep. Get enough sleep so that you can be out there. Drivers, again, be careful. I'm going to say a prayer. Yes, I will say a prayer tonight before you go on behalf of the drivers and everybody else. And I guarantee you, you're going to have a good time. And you will feel good about yourself at the end of it. It's the beginning of you speaking up, speaking out, standing out. And we're hoping that you can, you can see the changes that you need. Yeah, so... Folks, mahado pa mahe kosho, all right? Honestly, I'm sorry. Pa mahe kosho. Don't eat any kosho. Eat something that can digest easily without giving you gas. All right? Walk with your little bread in your bag. You know you like to eat. You know you have worms. Lanimun, you come ahead now like you're hungry now. So walk with your little chicken sausages in your bread. Lunch and meat in your bread, in your bag, put it in a foil, put it in your bag with a thing of water or your little juice. You all know you all stop already. You're toujours faim. Some of you are always hungry. You like them little children, young boys. They're eating everything in your house and they're still hungry. You know what I'm talking about, them young generation. Every minute they're in the fridge opening it just to watch it. You can just over egg you just got the go on. Egg you just merge it. All right. Hey, my friend Francis said she is ready. Ready like Freddy. All right. So everybody go to bed now, and I'm going to allow you to go. Again, don't listen to any noise tonight. Don't listen to anybody else tonight. As soon as you finish, go to bed. Don't log into anybody, any row, anybody, anywhere. Don't let them disturb you, discourage you, or make you feel so depressed. All right? See who needs sneakers, I wear sneakers. See who buy sneaker, put on your high heel shoes. Put on your church shoes. Make sure it have the rub at the bottom because you don't want Mr. Pear to hear you walking from Viewford coming down to Castries, crop, because only the metal in your heel remain. Professor, don't disturb the peace with your church heel. You know what I'm talking about. You know that there are certain sisters, heel ashe, only the steel left in it. You know? Professor Bagaisa. Alright? Sababo. So I can disturb the peace. That's not part of the protest. Uka protest, Ekilo. Hey, I'm getting miserable tonight, folks. Let me allow you to go. We're going to pray. And, you know, some people, why we're laughing, you know, you think it's a joke. Some people, that's the only thing they have. You know, that's the only shoe they have. So, what can I do? We can laugh about it, folks. Listen to me. Don't take it serious. Sneaker. Put on what you have. Some people used to cut the water boots and make it into a slipper. They put bag anything that make you comfortable. Put on socks on it and go down and march. All right? I look forward to seeing it. I'm excited. And God bless you. God bless Mr. Champagne, TP, Mr. Opposition Leader, Fede, and all the others. Miss Sarah. All organizers, God bless you all as you go out and do what you have to do as citizens of St. Lucia. All right, let's pray, folks, before we go. Father, cover your people as they go out tomorrow to exercise their constitutional right. Restrain them, O God. Restrain the plans of the enemy. Help that no weapon formed against these, your children, shall prosper. I ask, O God, that you interrupt every plan of the enemy for them tonight. I ask, O God, that you be with the bus drivers, the different transport, the drivers that are out there that will be taking them tomorrow. Cover them with your blood. And help, Lord, that peace and tranquility will prevail tomorrow. And help, Lord, that righteousness will continue to exalt your nation. So I ask, O God, that you just keep your people safe. Go before them. I know, Lord, that you have already assigned angels in the boulevard to cover these, your children. Help, Lord, that they may not curse. They may not abuse each other. They may not insult each other, but they will continue to recognize that truly righteousness will exalt their nation. So until, Lord, we meet again, until you permit us or afford us the opportunity to awake in the morning, keep us, Lord, tonight. In Jesus' name. Amen and amen. So, folks, Monipu Ali, it was nice being with you all. Tiny say, as a pastor, I love my pig. Well, you love your pig? Well, Tiny. Si ou ka ale protest like ou my pièce cochon ek yo di moi sa. Na mette now on their Facebook. Tiny say she love her pork. She like her pig. Tiny, good night. Everybody, good night. All right? We love you all and be safe, okay? And remember, you can always text me. Anybody who wants to use their cell phone, they want to report back to me live, I will send you a code and I will pick you up from the boulevard and bring it live to you. But you'll have to indicate to me tonight so that I can give you the code and everything to get you on the platform, all right? So please, somebody, send me a message and say to me, it could be 3 or 4 of you with a cell phone, and you want to help, let me know. I will give you the minutes after the program. I will top you up, or I will send you the funds for the top up, all right? So don't be afraid. Good night, folks. I don't even want to leave because it feels like tomorrow already. Dame bien. And remember, be safe. Be nice to each other. All right? Bonsoir. Good night.